By 13, she was accepted into the School of American Ballet. That's right, I said 13. At 18, she joined the New York City Ballet. Throughout her career, she performed worldwide. Now she's back at the School of American Ballet as the first Black female ballet teacher on the permanent faculty. That's what I call a whole lot of woman. All right, well, I have the lovely Aesha Ash on the line. What's up, Aesha?
Kelly.
Hi. Oh my gosh, you are so beautiful. You like exude such a light.
Oh, thank you.
Well, here's my first question that you've probably been asked a million times, but I am very interested. How did you get into ballet?
So I started dance at a very young age, but when my mom signed me up for a community center class because I just had so much energy and I was just bopping around the house all the time. And then eventually got signed up for an actual dance school where they were like teaching jazz and tap and lyrical. And then I fell in love. I just got bit by the dance bug and was doing like a ton of competitions. And then that became boring. And and then I got pulled into ballet, and it was not love at first class. It was hard, and I was not a natural. I started late, and I liked the idea. I liked that challenge. I liked that, it was pushing me in ways that I just hadn't been challenged before.
Yeah, I have actually heard you say you did face a lot of challenges being a woman of color in ballet.
Yeah, so from very early on, my mother was warned that it wasn't to discourage me. It was just a subtle warning that it would be difficult for me as a woman of color to enter the ballet world. And when I heard that, I was like, okay, now I gotta do it.
Oh my God, I love you. You're like me. I'm like, challenge accepted. Thank you. I'm like, you just told me I couldn't do it, which is why I'm going to do it better than you. I'm like, I love that you have that fire and that spirit.
Yeah, I was just like, I got to do this now. And I think it's also because, when I was younger, I was, an inner city kid. I went out to a suburban school where it was just a handful of Black kids. And, you are, from a very early age, you understand what being otherized is and the microaggressions. And so from very early on, I was like, no, I'm not going to accept the stereotypes people throw at me. Like, I know who I am. And so from very early on, I wanted to like dispel these stereotypes that exist for women of color and people in communities like mine from the inner city. Mm-hmm. And then to hear that about the ballet world, I was like, what better way to do that than through my art as a dancer on stage every day as this like fairy and princess that I can show the world, and dispel these stereotypes in the most elegant, graceful, ethereal way as possible. Just the total opposite of how the media always portrays us.
Yeah, I love that. So after 8 years in the New York City Ballet, congratulations, you made a big decision to retire from the company. So why the decision? Why now?
Yeah, so before getting into the New York City Ballet, I had lost my sister to pancreatic cancer.
I'm sorry.
And then getting into the company was, quite a few years into the company, I lost my father to cancer. And it was just one blow too many. And already I felt like I was playing catch up my entire career because I started late. I wasn't a natural ballerina. And then being a minority, you always feel like that you have to work, twice as hard. Mm-hmm. And it just got to a point where I just didn't have that fight in me anymore. Mm-hmm. But it was really a very difficult decision, especially on one of my last days. I met a young dancer coming out from one of my performances, and she was telling me how inspired she is to see me and how they are so proud of me, even though she was by herself. And I knew she was talking about the Black dance community at large. And that's why I was dancing. Anytime I went into class, I brought my entire culture, my community with me. Mm-hmm. And I just lost it. I mean, this poor girl was like, what happened? And I was just like ugly cry. And I just told her, I'm sorry. I just feel like I've let you all down. And I carried that with me for a long time until, I eventually started my outreach and giving back to my community and, fighting these stereotypes through imagery and through my art, that I feel like I can continue that going in, and through teaching that I can continue that fight that I started so long ago.
Yeah, I mean, and like I was going to say earlier, you said something to where I'm like, what responsibility to weigh on your shoulders? Like, you know, it's just a love. And I feel like that sometimes in my career with other things that have nothing to do with singing, but it's always like, what a responsibility it is. And it's like, I just got in this to have fun, and this is what I love to do, and it's a passion. And then there's this whole other weight that comes with it, that you're supposed to carry, because these people, like you said, they look to you and they go, God, you're kind of carrying the flag for us right now. Like, this is a really important thing you're doing. There's a lot of responsibility to that.
It is, and I don't think people realize, you know, I don't think, because ballet is hard. Let's just, it's hard. You know, put on your toes all day long, it's hard. But what they don't realize is that you carry that additional burden of being a minority. And then when you leave the dance studio, you're still a minority. So it's like, you can never escape it. And, you know, art is supposed to be an escape. So then even in your art, you're still facing that feeling of being a minority, being different and being otherized. And
it's just always kind of thrown at you.
Yeah. And then you're young, you're like a young adolescent going through all of this stuff.
And plus all the other adolescent stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's already a whole slew of stuff you're dealing with. Yeah. So recently a video of an 8-year-old girl, she's an aspiring ballerina. It went viral and she shows real grace and promise. So Aesha, have you seen the video?
I have, and I adore this video.
I love her. Well, she's actually in our waiting room and has no idea that Aesha is here or that Aesha has a big time offer for her. I cannot wait to see her reaction. Welcome back, y'all. At 8 years old, my next guest has big dreams of being a ballerina, twirling around on stages all over the world. Recently, a video of her in dance class went viral. Take a look. All right, well, we have Holidai zooming in along with her mom, Kenya. What's up, ladies? How you doing?
Hello. Hi.
Hello, Holidai. Hello, Kenya. How are y'all doing?
We're good. Good.
Oh my gosh. Well, first of all, Holidai, I was blown away by the video. You exude such confidence, like for such a little one. It's powerful. Like watching you is like watching something powerful happening. You're a very graceful dancer. So what did you think when your video went viral?
It was so exciting. I didn't think it would go viral. I was just doing a PK and a turn. But I'm almost on point, but I didn't think it would.
Well, it did. It did. So, I mean, Kenya, how did Holidai get into ballet?
Well, at the time, she was almost 5.
Yeah.
Right before she turned 5, I was working 3 jobs at the time. My main job is school teacher. On the weekends, I worked at a banquet hall, and I drove Uber. Well, at the banquet hall, there was a dance studio right next door.
Mm-hmm.
And so they had this Saturday class, which helped me a lot because I could put her in the class. I can go to work. And that's where it started. Her teacher almost immediately was like, she needs to be competing. She needs to compete.
Holidai, like, what do you love about ballet? There's I took dance as a kid too, and there's so many different, styles that you could be doing. So what do you love about ballet?
It's fun. You get to make new friends. The technique is very detailed. And it feels like the sunshine is on me when I dance.
Oh my God. I'm not going to cry. That should be like the title of a song or an album. Oh my God. It feels like the sunshine is on me. Wow. Kenya, so you say you've run into some challenges though at dance competitions, right?
Yes. Well, Holly started off at a predominantly Black studio. There are a few Latina girls, but, it was predominantly Black.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't until we stepped into the competition world that I realized, this is new. This is new for the African-American community to compete like this. Matter of fact, her first competition, she was the only little Black girl in her category. And so I knew at that point I had to make sure and surround her with people who looked like her, who could help her be comfortable and not make her feel like, this is not where I need to be.
Yeah.
So
representation, it's so important.
It is.
Well, I have another Black successful ballerina on the line who has seen Holidai in action and wants to meet her. She's a world-renowned dancer who spent 8 years in the New York City Ballet. Let's get her in here. Aesha Ash, come on in here. Yes, this is your future. Yeah, so, okay, Aesha, hey again, and meet Holidai and Mom Kenya.
Hello, Holidai, and hello, Kenya. I just want to tell you, Holidai, that I've seen not only that video, but almost all of your videos. And I just love you. I absolutely adore you.
So, Aesha, you have something special to share with Holidai, right?
I do. So, Holidai, when things are safe, when we are safer in this situation, I would love for you to come to New York City, because I would love to meet you, and I would love for you to come to the School of American Ballet, where I will now be teaching as the first African-American woman in the history of the school to be a full-time faculty member teaching. I'm very excited about that, and I would just be honored for you to come and watch class, see these professional students at such a prestigious school, you know, hopefully be able to take you over to New York City Ballet, to see those dancers, to see backstage, and to see, you know, what this world can give you, you know, to see what that professional dance experience can be like. And so I would absolutely love that.
What do you think?
Good.
She's like, oh, yes. I'll tell you what, you're going to get the bug, because I went on a scholarship in school and to go to New York City, and I saw a Broadway show in Les Mis. It was the first thing I'd ever seen on Broadway. And I'm telling you what, you're going to get that bug. You're going to watch that show, Holidai, and you're going to go, that is what I want to do. That is me. That is my destiny. That is you're going to get that bug, and it's just going to hold. And it's such a great thing. But thank you so much, Aesha, Ash, y'all, Holidai, Kenya. I love y'all. Thank you so much for being part of the show and inspiring us that even though something might not be the norm, that doesn't mean that you can't do it and you can't be the first, says everyone here.